Hello and welcome to yet another Nemesis construction update here on the channel, where today I'll be heading back to Alton Towers Resort and getting all the latest updates, all to do with the retracking progress of Nemesis. Before we get into this update, I want to talk about the new track that's arrived on the actual Alton Towers car park. And yeah, unlike previous arrivals on these tracks, they're no longer covered up, so we can see the nice vein design on the side and also that glossy matte black on the track as well. So yeah, no longer covering these up, and that's just because the secret's out. It's got the red vein on the side, so they don't need to cover them up when in transport. But yeah, they're all come. There's loads of lorries. I think there's about 9 lorries on the Alton Towers car park that have arrived in the past few days, and of course ready to be installed through the course of the layout. In terms of some of the track pieces that we've got here on the car park, we've got like some of the inversions, as we can see just there, and some of the turnaround parts for the ride, some straight pieces. So there's plenty of pieces to go in, and I believe at the side there you can see some numbers. I believe this is actually the number on where this will be located in the course of the layout. So track number 40, as we can see there, track piece number 40. But yeah, I really like the design. I've talked about the design so many times in these updates. But yeah, it's fantastic to see. The Phalanx lorry still stands at the resort. And yeah, is looking great. I mean, I love the Phalanx lorry. They could have just put a normal lorry there, but no, they didn't. They put a Phalanx branded lorry, which is great to see. But plenty more tracks to arrive at the resort. This will all be installed in the next few weeks during when the park is closed and when the roller coaster restaurant is closed. So it's actually really hard to see the track being installed because they do it during the evening when no one's at the park. But it's great to see more tracks arrived and will be installed in the next few weeks. But with all that said, let's head into Forbidden Valley and get all of the latest on-site Nemesis construction updates. Down here then in Forbidden Valley, in the actual Alton Towers Resort now, and yeah, you can see there Nemesis Sub-Terra. I'll come back to that a little bit later on, but before that, I'm going to head back up the Nemesis Observation platform and see if any more construction has happened over the past week. Right then, up here on the Nemesis Observation platform then, and yeah, I'm sure you can hear the audio blasting out just behind me there, and you've also got a nice TV here on the observation platform as well, and I have been told you can definitely film on here. There's a bit of confusion last week. Go and check out that construction update if you haven't already. A bit confused about the rules on here, but yeah, you can get a good view of all the Nemesis construction. And yeah, not really too much to see up from here, and the monorail track does block it a little bit. But yeah, over in the distance you can see some of the foundation work, and literally a few minutes ago some workmen were up on there doing a few of the foundations and taking a look at it. So maybe that's the next place for Nemesis supports and work to take place, over there at the top of the valley just before the vertical loop. And also down here towards the start of the ride, 2 new supports have also been put into place, which is great to see. Yeah, as I said then, up from the viewing platform, not really too much to see. They've installed 2 new supports towards the start of the ride and also working on some of the foundations just before the vertical loop. But just here towards the entrance of Nemesis, or what was the entrance to Nemesis, this construction wall has actually gone back into place. Last week I posted a video where I said that this had all been ripped out and you could actually walk down there, see the entrance and everything. Well, it's come back up, and it's come back up with hashtag Seek the Truth for Nemesis. Not too sure what this means. Could it be hinting towards the sort of theme of Nemesis, or could it be something to do with Nemesis Sub-Terra? And talking of Nemesis Sub-Terra, there's quite a big update that I spotted from the viewing platform, but I'll talk about that a little bit later on into the video when I get onto Nemesis Sub-Terra. But before that, let's head over to Galactica and see the newly installed track. So yeah, as you can see there, they've put the construction wall just here by the coffee lounge as well, so you can't actually get anywhere towards the entrance of Nemesis. So there's no real point of sticking my camera through there because it's pretty much remained the same, but I will through this peephole. And actually it's quite annoying because they've put a construction wall here, but behind the construction wall there's another construction wall, so you can't really see too much, but look, we'll have a little look anyway. And yeah, it's all pretty much remained the same. Yeah, you haven't got the exit walkway, sort of have to make that jump just there. And yeah, there's actually been a lot of work taking place on the station this week. There was actually 2 workmen on there doing something. So with the station, I think there's going to be quite a lot of refurbishment done to it, repainting hopefully, and bringing back some of the old Nemesis theming. I've had a lot of comments saying about the old red sort of blood river that they used to have flowing down in the valley of Nemesis. They'd like to see that come back. Of course, that was removed because of environmental issues, so hopefully they can bring that back in a more sustainable way for when Nemesis returns in 2024. But not too much to report on from down here, so I'll head round to Galactica and check out the new track. Here's a look then at the new track for Nemesis, with the red blood design, red vein design on the side of the track just there. And yeah, as I said in all of my previous construction updates, I really like this new track. It really suits Nemesis, and I've discussed a lot about it and seen a lot of mixed reviews online, but I think we've got to remember this is a new generation of Nemesis. It's Nemesis Reborn, and things have got to change such as the track, and I really do like it with its black supports, the black track, and the hand painted red vein on the side just there. It looks really, really nice. But yeah, if we pan over here just to the side, and earlier on, well, previously, last week I think it was when I came down here, yeah, all of these track and supports were actually all just laid out just there. They've all been completely removed, so I assume they've been installed just round this corner. So that's where I'm going to head next and see if any more track has been installed, which I'm pretty sure it has. Here's another look at that new track that's been recently installed on the final turn of Nemesis, and yeah, it looks really great, very monstrous in the ranges there as well. And yeah, the final turn before we head into the brake section, of course that brake section just there is remaining the same, so I assume Alton Towers, when they've done the whole retrack, will aim to paint that up and hand paint that same red design there on the side of the track as well, because that will all be staying the same. But right now it's interesting to actually see the transition from the old track to the new track. But yeah, I really love this new track. I think it looks really good. The new generation of Nemesis, Nemesis Reborn, ready for 2024. Just behind this construction wall lies the final turn of Nemesis with its nice new track. I actually put my camera over the construction wall, and yeah, you can see all the supports have been installed alongside the track. I think there's plenty more bolts to go in, but the main sort of infrastructure for the track and supports is there, and it's all been installed, and it's great to see. As I always say, the rate of progress of Nemesis at the minute, it's been hard to keep up, to be honest. I've had to come here 2 weeks running to get some updates on Nemesis, and just here as well, you can see that final turn. But yeah, not only that, you can see the sort of final ditch of the ride. You head out that tunnel and come in to this final turn just there. But yeah, they've actually gone in and sort of installed all of that as well. And I believe that runs under the tunnel, which we can't currently get a view of. But yeah, it does run into the tunnel there, all the new track. And yeah, it looks really great with that red vein design. And that red vein design isn't just restricted to the side of the track, it actually goes in the middle, as you can just see there as well, which looks great. I love the new design. And yeah, it's great to see all this track going into place here at Alton Towers. It's so quick. You know, by Scarefest, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw all the track and supports installed, and then do a few of the aesthetic things, such as the station, the entrance, and bits like that. But at the rate that it's going at, it's not going to be long until Alton Towers finish this project. I'll tell you that for free. Yeah, it looks really nice with all the supports just there. I'm sure they'll give it a good clean, because some of the supports are muddy. I'm sure they'll give it all a good jet wash and a clean before the ride opens in 2024. But yeah, it looks really nice just there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for construction updates on Nemesis. So I'm going to head back round to the front of Forbidden Valley and get some updates over on Nemesis Sub-Terra. Just before I head back to Nemesis Sub-Terra, I thought I'd capture this on the update. You can see some of the station has been ripped off just there, like a hole created on one of the arms or tentacles of the Nemesis monster. And yeah, I'm not too sure whether that's been done recently, but I think that shows just how much work will be taking place on that station once the retrack has finished. Just before I wrap up this update then, down here from Alton Towers with Nemesis, they'll do a quick update here on Nemesis Sub-Terra. As you've all seen by the last update, a lot of the exterior has been painted up and refurbished as well. And actually, while I was in the Nemesis Observation platform, I actually spotted something, and that was in the when you make your way up the stairs towards the front entrance of Nemesis Sub-Terra, in the queue line for it, some steps and a platform had been nicely redone with nice new wood. This is coming back, honestly. But yeah, later this season, hopefully. Or potentially next season. Rumours have been going around that next season it could be. But if they're doing staff training, then it makes sense for it to open this season, really. But yeah, it's looking very likely down here by Nemesis. I hope to see it open by the summertime, sort of the summer holidays for the schools and stuff. So I think that'll be quite nice to see it open for. But if they're repainting the outside, it's definitely coming back. I think it's coming back as Nemesis Sub-Terra, or potentially, I've had a few comments saying that it could come back for a scare maze, like a Nemesis themed scare maze. That'd be interesting to see as well. But it's coming back in some shape or form this season, or potentially next. So yeah, there we go. There's all the latest Nemesis updates from Alton Towers. It's coming on at a really good pace. Every single night there's more track or supports being installed, and it's great to see. Nemesis Sub-Terra is looking really good, hopefully for its return very, very shortly. I reckon before the summer holidays we're going to see this reopen. Aesthetic changes such as the repainting work going on, clearing up the queue line, getting new wood in there as well. All new decking by the entrance to the 2 lift shafts as well. It's looking great. This ride is definitely reopening. I was chatting to the Phalanx operator as well, just by the observation platform, and yeah, he was giving a few hints out there as well. So this ride is somewhat returning this year. I mean, it's looking very likely anyway. Staff training was also going on in the Nemesis Sub-Terra building, so there we go. Pretty much confirms Nemesis Sub-Terra coming back in some shape or form this season. But there we go, the latest Nemesis updates here on the channel. Plenty more to come in the next few weeks. Stay tuned here on the channel as we have a Drayton Manor vlog coming up very shortly. But with all that said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.